Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be my 18-19 week bump date. As you guys saw from my previous video, I did my gender reveal. I was deciding if I was going to do two separate videos or if I was just going to kind of have that one on its own entity, which as you can see I did decide to do, and we are having a baby girl. So we are very excited about that. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll go ahead and link it down below so you can see the whole big reveal, how we did it and such. A lot of you have been asking me on like my Instagram and such where I got the confetti poppers. Unfortunately, I don't know because I had one of my coworkers be in charge of giving her the envelope and purchasing the correct colors and everything like that. So I don't know where she purchased them, so I'm sorry I can't give you that information. I've been texting her kind of trying to figure out where. If I do, I will go ahead and leave that link down below as well and update you guys on my social media, which is of course on Instagram, my YouTube name BeautyXOLife. So let's get right into this update for these past 2 weeks. So what has been going on with baby, and of course what has been going on with me. So I'm just going to open up my usual BabyCenter app, and then I'll backtrack into those two particular dates since we are now 20 weeks. So let's just look here. I did explain to you guys, like I said, my doctor was allowing me to find out between 18 and 20 weeks what we were having. I was super anxious, so as soon as I hit 18 weeks, I went ahead and scheduled that appointment for that. And then let's just see here. Going back in this app, they give so much information, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to backtrack. Okay, so here we have the 18-week update. So for 18 weeks, it says that the baby is now as big as a bell pepper, and it depicts a little image there, if you guys can see it, of the size of a pepper. It says your baby head to rump is about 5.5 inches long and weighs almost 7 ounces, which is of course the size of a bell pepper. It says that it says she or he, but now that we know it's a girl, I can call her a she. So she is busy flexing arms and legs, movements that you'll start noticing more and more in the weeks ahead. Your baby's blood vessels are visible through thin skin, and her ears are now in their final position. So this is when baby can definitely fully hear all the sounds that are going on in the outside world. I did get belly buds for Christmas, which is something I requested from my dad. So they went ahead and bought those for me. So I do play music for baby. Those particular belly buds do come with an app that you kind of just go on and you could download. It includes one free download of music and like one free download of something else. I don't recall what it was. I so far only downloaded the music, and the one that I selected was the Mozart one. For those of you that are looking to buy more music, if you do purchase those belly buds, what I just do, I go onto the App Store on my iPhone and I just searched pregnancy music. They have a bunch of free ones, so anytime I want to kind of switch it up for her and play some different music or just general music, she tends to really like when I play like country music and stuff like that, something that has a little bit more upbeatness. So I noticed she does tend to enjoy when I play those kinds of things. So right on my iPhone, music that I had from before, I just kind of play it for her. They have self-adhesive so it could stick to your belly, but the easiest way I find applying it is I just kind of place it on my belly and then I take my pants and place it over. This way they just stay right in place, and I haven't had any issues of them moving around or anything like that. As it said, in this time you will be feeling baby move. I did not feel her in my 18 weeks. I literally just started feeling her in the past 3 days. I would say 3 to 4 days. We finally felt baby move for the first time. It was a super cool experience. I don't know if it was pregnancy hormones or I'm just very emotional, but I did start crying hysterically, and my husband was laying right beside me in bed, and I was able to put his hand over my belly in time, so he of course felt her kick. She did about 3 really strong kicks, and since then she's just been non-stop moving, and I feel her little kicks and her little flutters. So it's just super exciting time being able to feel all of those things going on inside my body as she grows. So then for me, for the 18 week, it didn't really say much. All it really said was a bigger appetite is common, and you can be sure to have basically good calories. Don't be stuffing yourself with junk food and stuff like that because it's unhealthy for the baby. So that was for the 18th week. And then for the 19th week of pregnancy, it says your baby is now as big as an heirloom tomato. So she was of course growing. And for her, it says that her sensory development is exploding. Her brain is designating specialized areas for smell, touch, hearing, vision, and taste. So some research suggests that your baby will be able to hear your voice now, so don't be shy reading aloud. I started reading to her, I would say, about I believe when I was 17 weeks, I started reading books to her because they said, you know, she could start to hear, and now it's definitely her ears, since they are in their final position and everything like that. She definitely can hear me when I'm speaking to her and when I'm reading stories to her. So I definitely want to continue doing that. So the music that I play to her, the stories that I read to her, I just feel like that's going to help her later on with her development. That's what research says. I don't know if it's true or not, but I just feel like it helps me bond with her a little bit more. This way she can get used to my voice. My husband sometimes will go and say a few things to her, same thing. I do notice that I actually went away right after I found out the gender of the baby. I was going away, so that's why I wanted to do it beforehand. And I was away for about 5 days in Disney World, and when I came back, I of course didn't go with my husband because it was a work trip. So as soon as I came back, he actually picked me up from the airport, and when I got in the car, she all of a sudden just started moving. So I really feel like she is in tune with things, and I don't know if she's able to like sense it or something like that, but I definitely feel like she knows who her daddy is already, and she gets excited in there, and that's why I started to feel her move, being that I wasn't with him for about 5 days, and then I saw him after that. He started speaking in the car, of course, as soon as I got in, and she started doing a little bit of movement. So that was really touching to see. And it says she roughly weighs about 8.5 ounces and measures 6 inches from head to bottom. It says the baby's kidneys continue to make urine, and hair on her scalp is starting to sprout, and a waxy protective coating called the vernix is forming on the skin to prevent from pickling in your amniotic fluid. So that's what's going on with her in 19 weeks. And then for myself, it says, think you're big now, you'll start growing even faster in the weeks to come. As a result, you may notice achiness in your lower abdomen area. If you guys watched my previous update, you guys know that I was having some of those pains due to the uterus stretching. I would say that lasted for about 2 days, and then luckily it went away, and I haven't felt that pain since then. From my last update, I'm trying to think of any other types of symptoms that I have felt. I wouldn't say anything. I haven't really been uncomfortable these past 2 weeks. It's been going really good. No nausea. I've had good amount of energy. We've been doing a lot of shopping, trying to figure out her nursery furniture, since we will be moving in the next month to a bigger apartment, so that we can of course incorporate baby, since we only live in a 1-bedroom right now. So we're going to move into something larger so she can have her own nursery. So we've just been doing a lot of shopping. So I have been walking around, being away in Disney, of course did a lot of walking there and such. Didn't really tire me out as much as I thought it would. I was pretty comfortable for the most part. And yeah, I haven't been having any of that. I have been having a newest craving, I will say, in the past 2 to 3 weeks. I have been craving Burger King like crazy. Whopper Jr., no cheese because I'm lactose intolerant, no pickles, no onions, and a side of french fries. Literally has been my go-to. Me and my husband will be driving in the car, and I would just be like, babe, can we please go to Burger King because I'm really craving it, and it just like fulfills every craving. It's just so good. It's not good for me, therefore, you know, we don't really go there too often, just kind of when I'm really having craving for that. And then ice cream, same thing, I'm not really supposed to have because I am lactose intolerant, but I have noticed that since I became pregnant, my lactose problem hasn't really been an issue. Like, I have been indulging, like sometimes Carvel is literally like 2 blocks from our house, so sometimes we'll go right after dinner. While we're out, we'll just go ahead and get a Carvel. I get soft serve chocolate with chocolate sprinkles on a wafer cone, and it is just so delicious, and it has not been upsetting my stomach whatsoever. So I don't know if maybe due to pregnancy I'm able to handle lactose a little bit better, but for my sake that's really been working out for all those sweets and stuff like that. I've really been enjoying that. And I think that's about everything I had to say for this update. So that's what's been going on with me and baby girl. And I'll go ahead and give you guys, of course, a bump shot right here. So this shirt actually is a little bit looser flowing because it is a maternity shirt. My husband bought it for me when he went away when we first found out I was pregnant. So he brought this back as my souvenir. It says, I'm not fat, I'm just pregnant. so of course very suiting. So it's a little bit loose here, so I'll just kind of snug it up so you guys could see the belly a little bit bigger. She definitely is growing now. I love seeing her grow. She's getting bigger and bigger in there. So you guys can see that my bump, of course, is growing as she grows. So that's just what it looks like from the side. Right here from the front angle. The other side, just wearing pajama pants. You know, the usual when you record YouTube videos. Cash on the bottom, fancy on the top. Alright guys, so that's everything I had to update you on. If you have any questions, as usual, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Like this video if you guys like this update and want to see more. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye!